Hey, what's up friends? It's your good pal Murk back here with some more Draft League content, and it's fun saying that again. We're with NPL Season 5, Week 6. Now, I mentioned last week how, even though we're in the positive now, we're 3-2, we beat Omega, who's a very tough opponent, he was undefeated. We're playing the last undefeated team, and this is the, well, not the start, but a string of a continuation of a string of very tough opponents to kind of round out our season. Like, we don't really have anyone in particular that's going to be easy to beat, I don't think, aside from Trevi, who's winless right now. Shout out Trevi. But yeah, we have to face Sebby, who I've only played once before, and that was in March Madness like a year ago. So, and in that game I won, but he outplayed me, and I just had team matchup, and I just kind of clicked buttons and won. But that's not important. Anyways, here, he is the reigning champion. He's a VGC player. He's a nice guy. He's pretty cool. He's got a very scary team. He has Magearna, so yeah, like the triggered jokes and the I got 6-0'd a year and a half. I got 6-0'd, what, 2 years ago? Or a year and a half ago, or something like that. It's been a while. Anyways, yeah, the Magearna is very scary. And the rest of his team is pretty threatening as well, though he does have some kind of weird mons. He has Infernate, Mence, Donphan, Amoonguss, Mantine, Gothitelle, Raichu, Golisopod, Alolan Golem, that's a hard word to say, and Mega Bayonet. So he's got a few Unmons on his team, like Alolan Golem, Unmon, Mega Bayonet, Unmon. Mantine's not really that much of a mon, nor is Raichu or Golisopod, though he has been using stuff like Raichu, Golisopod pretty well. He did. The Alolan Golem's a little annoying given that it can trap my Skarm. Interesting about this team is he has 2 trappers with his Goth and his Golem, so that's going to be kind of annoying. He's got some very big threats. Like, these top 4 mons are coming. Like, or at least these top 3 I know are coming, since they're all very scary against me and they do good jobs. I thought Donphan would probably come, since it's just kind of bulky and annoying, even though it's not a good mon. I was fearing the Amoonguss. I thought he'd bring Mantine, not gonna lie. I was kind of concerned about the Gothitelle, but like my team doesn't really match up that poorly against it. Like, yeah, I've got P2 and Marini and Skarm, which are all things that would be Goth susceptible, but like, overall, Goth's not that big of an issue for my team. I don't think. Raichu, I'm not that afraid of either, since I've got some good checks, but it could be annoying. Golisopod could be annoying, but once again, I've got good answers to it. Alolan Golem gets hardwalled by Seismitoad, which is pretty dope, as well as like Hydreigon and stuff. Mega Banette's another annoying thing, so really he's got 3 mons that are very good against me. He's got 2 solid defensive mons in Amoonguss and Mantine. A couple annoying options that he could bring. But overall, I don't think this is too bad of a matchup. This is not the most broken Magearna team I've seen. Though he does have some scary mons, I can deal with it, I feel. So yeah, some of the things to note about his team: it's very weak to Landorus, hence why I think he's going to bring some sort of bulky, like fast intimidate Mence set to alleviate that. He'll probably bring like a mixed HP Ice Nape or something like that. I imagine that everything on his team will be able to hit Landorus in some way, shape, or form. He could even bring the Mega Bayonet, which, like, Mega Bayonet's terrible. Don't ever draft it. Just take my word for it. But it could be annoying to, like, try and get a priority burn on my Landorus or something like that. But overall, like, I'm not afraid of it. Mence, yeah. Like, I don't think it'll be a DD set. Oh, I should show you his Z users, because that's important in this day and age. Yeah, he is Z Magearna. Wow. He's Z Mag, and he is Z Raichu. Now, I don't really think he'll like ever bring Z. I don't think he'll bring Z Raichu, since he has Z Magearna, and Z Magearna's broken. So there's that. I resent them for leaving Trevi for allowing in Naganadel, and I resent him for letting Magearna be unbanned. But that's not important. We're a kind community. Some stuff to note: Moltres is super good against him, so I get to bring that thing again, which is pretty great. I think his his only switch into Mantine, or to Moltres, is the Mantine. I had some fun ideas, but that were really ludicrous, but I toned it down to some somewhat fun ideas that are less ludicrous. Basically, I thought that if I was able to get rid of Mantine, then Moltres would just like completely run over his team, which was very exciting because I want Moltres to do well. I want it to have the world, basically. Sebby really likes running the Shift Gear Magearna, which I think is in its best set in the league. I won't tell you what I think is the best, but I don't think it's that. Nape, Spooky, Mence, like I already said, probably some bulky set, probably special. I expected stuff like Hydro Pump or HP Ice or something to be able to hit Landorus. Donphan probably is his most likely rocker option, since I don't think Golem's coming. Amoonguss I felt was coming, since it's really annoying against my team. Mantine I felt was coming. The rest of these mons, like maybe Gothitelle, maybe Raichu, maybe Golisopod. Probably not Golem, probably not Banette. I didn't think, but yeah, whatever. Let's go into my build. Ooh, we're offline. So this is a set I have. It's a set. Okay, refocus. Sash Hydreigon. So now Focus Sash is not a move not an item I often bring unless I have an Alakazam or a Breloom. So you could probably count on one hand the amount of times I brought Focus Sash to league games in my entire 3-year career at this thing. However, I think this is important since he has a lot of spooky things that can really run through my team. So my set is Charge Beam, Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, 172 HP, max special attack, Rash Nature. That's a mistake. I should be modest. I should have double checked that. Whoops. I think I originally had Thunder Fang to hit the Mantine, but I thought Charge Beam was cooler for a few different reasons. And then enough speed. The speed's for Timid Magearna, because I didn't really think he'd bring a timid rain, a max speed Mantine. If he did, it'd probably be a Rain Sweeper, since it gets Swift Swim, fun fact. But yeah, so this thing, his speed 2s are really whack, so I can outspeed a ton of his team, and Hydreigon's super good against him. If I can get the Charge Beam boost, ideally, I have Rocks up, he has Mantine, I bring in Hydreigon against something that doesn't like Hydreigon, I Charge Beam on the Mantine switch in, I get the +1 boost, I kill it with another Charge Beam, I get +2 boost, and then I can kill something. I live with my Focus Sash, and 2 things are gone. Also, this gives me an emergency check to set up Infernape, set up Mence, or set up Magearna, which are all important, so keeping the Sash intact is going to be high priority for my team. Next, I've got a Reuniclus. As you saw last week, I was kind of embracing the para a little bit, so we're bringing a little more of that back. I have a Bombacite with Magic Guard, Recover CM, Psyshock, T-Wave. He has no Dark type, which basically is a free invitation for me to run Mono Psychic against him, or Mono Psyshock, so I can hopefully beat Magearna 1v1. I'm mixed defensive. I have enough special defense here so I can take Shadow Balls from Magearna. I believe I'm not too KO'd by Modest Shadow Ball. So if it's a CM War and he has Shadow Ball for some reason, then I should be able to win unless he writs me. I also have T-Wave to help alleviate, give me a better shot of winning in a CM War against a Magearna. And T-Wave's just such a great move. It's so good. Oh man. Yeah, so I thought this set would be pretty cool. A Bombacite is obviously there, so I can't get tricked a Scarf from the Gothitelle, since that would be annoying against me. And if he's some non-trick Scarf set, then I can paralyze it and then win a CM War and be happy. Is there any other reasons? Yeah, this is it's a great check to Infernape, since it can't OHKO me unless it's SD'd or Nasty Plotted or whatever up. Free switch into Mantine, pretty easy switch into Amoonguss. Obviously you can put me to sleep, but if something else is asleep, then Amoonguss is setup fodder, which is sick. I probably should put speed in here so he couldn't clear smog me, but whatever. Next I have a fun set, Life Orb Landorus T. No one ever brings this, and I just ran Damage Calcs and I started laughing maniacally and got very happy. So it's Double Dance Landorus with Life Orb. I'm adamant I have enough speed for the same thing that the Hydreigon's hitting. It's great. It's gonna hit everything on his team really hard. He has no Edgequake resist. It's just gonna be a good time. After Rocks, bulky Mence, unless he's very bulky Ments with Intimidate, he just drops to Adamant, Life Orb, Stone Edge. With a Sword Stands Up, I kill everything on his team. Like, everything gets one-shotted, which is, like, it's sick. Obviously, if he brings a more offensive team, this is going to have less use, but if he brings that fatter team, then this thing will just devour him and let my next mod just kind of win. So yeah, that's my Mega Ultra Chicken coming again. I got Flying AMZ with Agility, Roost, Hurricane, Fire Blast. He has no resist to my dual stabs, so we got a nice common theme of things with stabs not being, like, able to be dealt with and stuff. Actually, the Alolan Golem resists my dual stab, but that is no Mon. I refuse to believe the Alolan Golem is a Mon, and I didn't think it was coming to this game, because Skarmory is no threat to his team. Anyways, this set's cool, hitting the same speeds here as my Landorus and my Hydreigon. Look, see? Told ya. This thing's great against him. Agility Roost with dual stab. I got the Z Hurricane for the one-time nuke, so I can actually hit a move, because although Moltres is awesome, its one big crux is that this stab is 70% accurate, and this stab is 85% accurate, so it can miss moves. Yeah, I'm just rocking Modest Max. If he doesn't bring Mantine, everything dies. And that's just how it is. Like, everything just gets killed, which is pretty sick. Like, max HP mons can take a hit, but they can't take two. Essentially, the only mon that's not 2-hit KO'd are Mantine and Alolan Golem. One of which is not a mon, and one of which is barely a mon, and the one that's barely a mon, Mantine, I have a lot of ways to deal with on this team. Next, as you can see, I've got a Moltres and a Focus Sash mon, and I said, I want to keep rocks off the field. So what better way to do that than with a Priority Defogger? So I've got Betty. I don't know why I named it Betty, but it felt right. That's all I can say. But I'm running Pixie Plate, max special attack. This lets me knock out the... Let me do a few things. It lets me knock out -1 Infernape after a Life Orb hit, guaranteed. It one-shots a Salamence, which is important. Aside from that, doesn't really matter. Yeah, like, I'm Defog, U-Turn, Moonblast, Stun Spore. Stun Spore is my hard counter to Magearna. It's sad, but it's true. Like, I can Stun Spore it, and then I can, depending on what kind of set he is, like, if he's Trick Room, that's harder to deal with, but I do have my Arenaclus. If he's Shift Gear, then I Stun Spore it, and then I Moonblast it until it is weakened, and then I go into my Hydreigon, which is sashed, and I just kind of click Fire Blast and kill it. So yeah, that was like my plan. If I somehow get rid of the Magearna, somehow get rid of the Amoonguss, then spamming Moonblast is really good against his team. I don't really anticipate that to happen, since Magearna is the one mon that you always preserve no matter what. Amoonguss is really annoying. I wanted to bring like a different set, but Amoonguss like stops this. So having U-Turn's nice. It's my one means of momentum, which is going to be good, since even though this thing is a free Magearna switch in, I have these two things right here which like make Magearna not exist, and Seismitoad also can threaten it, I guess, since I have Stab Earthquake. But yeah, I got a Toad. Shit, I made another mistake. I was not very diligent on this team. I should be Water Absorb, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. Like, his only water user, unless he was like Hydro Pump Ments, or... Okay, I can't justify that. That was a mistake. I should be Water Absorb, but I'm Swift Swim. Alas, I'm Rocks, EQ, Icy Wind, Toxic, Careful, Max Spadef. Like, nothing fancy here. This is meant to try and take a hit from the Magearna, do some damage back, put her in range of Sash Hydreigon's Fire Blast, which obviously is not the best check in the world, since I can miss a Fire Blast, but we don't talk about that. Toxic's there to toxic stuff. Icy Wind, in case he is... Icy Wind's just to make sure that a Whimsicott can always revenge kill a Salamence if he tries to set up in Toad's face, that sort of thing. Nothing fancy here. Yeah, like, pretty... This mon's very simple. EQ was chosen over Earth Power just because CM Magearna would be a threat, or AV Magearna, though I think bringing AV Magearna in Draft League is a sin because of the fact that Magearna kills 6-0s every team. Just so you know. But yeah, this is the team. I think it's a pretty cool team. It all started, like, I actually came up with this set, like, before week 1 started. Like, this set has been on my mind for a long time. And the reason I'm showing it off is because Sebby did make some changes for following this week so that this set wouldn't really work anymore. So I don't care that I'm showing it off. Like, the way I'm building will be different for him if we play in playoffs, which is very likely if I make it myself. Anyways, to the game. Men Whom Yeet versus OP Dragonite, the battle of the century. I'm on a 3-game win streak. He is undefeated for the season, so I'm looking to be the person who made the last 2 undefeated teams unundefeated, or made them defeated. Haha. He's got Magearna, Nape, Mence, the 3 I anticipated. I pretty much thought he'd bring Donphan, since it's just kind of mon you bring, even though it's not good. Now, these 2 mons sort of surprised me. Like, I kind of thought he'd bring the Golisopod, since it's a nice revenger for, like, Hydreigon, and it does damage to Chronicles, but he brought the Mega Bayonet. Now, he is dropping Mega Bayonet after this game, and it's very possible that he just didn't want to reveal all of his cards. However, this is a must-win game for me, essentially, if I want to be able to... I want to win every single possible game to make it into playoffs, and I'm like neck and neck with Jay right now, so I like pulled out all the stops I felt. So I was really surprised. No Mantine, no Amoonguss, which is really good for me. That means, like, well, it makes the matchup different. Like, Landorus isn't going to have as easy a time to set up since his team's more offensive. However, he has no Moltres switch in. And just looking at this team, it doesn't look like he prepped very much for Moltres. Obviously, I have to check and see if he has rock moves on, like Donphan, Mence, and Nape can all carry rock moves, so I'm going to have to be careful of that. But Moltres looks so good against this team. So I'm just going to lead with it, because I'm just going to do it. Yeah, like, you can't stop me. I'm going to lead with my Mega Ultra Chicken as he leads with Golisopod. I'm just going to go for the Hurricane. As he Aqua Jets, does a fair bit and I miss, which is annoying. Now, the rational player in me should have said, you need to keep this alive as a fairy resist for the Magearna and stuff. However, I was like, I'm mad, I'm just going to click Hurricane again and hit something in the face. I don't care if I take another Aqua Jet. I'm assuming he expected me to switch out, not wanting to take another Aqua Jet to the face, so I'm just going to click Hurricane, and he does an Aqua Jet, and that's an AV looking ass kind of set for the Golisopod, which is kind of funny. Anyways, I get that thing out of dodge. It does 84. Disappointed it didn't kill, but whatever. He's gonna get the emergency exit and chooses to go out into his Mence. Now, I'm just gonna go hard into my Seismitoad. This was to account for a few things. If he wanted to make the aggressive prediction on my Whimsicott and go for the like fire move or the Iron Tail or the something, then Toad covered that. And if he wanted to make like the Hydro Pump play or the Rock Slide play or something like that, then Toad covered that as well. So Toad's my best mid-ground, as I didn't think he'd be a physical set, like, not gonna lie. He goes for Toxic, and then he Dracos me, as I'm going to Toxic him myself. Now that damage off Draco Meteor shows me he's Draco Plate, max special attack. Now this is important to know, because this means he's not bulky, because unless he's absolutely insane, he's going to be running near max speed so that he's not outsped by Hydreigon, unless he like Metacreep me, which is entirely possible. Since Sebby's a smart builder, but regardless, I Toxic the Mence, which is good, because since he's special, I just beat it with Reuniclus from this point onward. And here, I don't want to... I'm just going to switch into my Whimsicott right here. I considered getting up rocks, but I figured he'd be Defog Mence, and I would not win that exchange. So I'm just going to go for the Moonblast, and he's going to knock me out. Or I'm going to knock him out. He goes into Magearna. Now, I really considered just Stun Sporing it right here and now. However, I felt it was too early for that. I don't want to lose my Whimsicott just yet, in case he just made the Flash Cannon, or in case he attacks me instead of setting up. And Whimsicott still has use in this game. If he's non-scarfed Nape, I'm like scratching my nose. if he's non-Scarf Nape, then I outspeed it and do a lot of damage. It's going to be good for the Donphan since I'm out of range of an Ice Shard unless he's like Bandit or Orb or something dumb. And I outspeed and I knock out the Salamence. So, I was like, do I paralyze it now and get it over with, or do I wait? So, like a good Christian, I'm going to wait. Wow, that's my favorite line I've said in a while. Anyways, he T-Bolts, predicting me to go to Moltres. Now I'm going to go Moltres expecting the Fairy move. He misses a Flare Cannon. I don't think it really mattered. I'm just going to Roost up right here since Moltres is important. And now, after seeing his set, I know I can take a Dracometer, and unless Sebby has balls made out of steel, he's not going to go Magearna right here predicting the Z Hurricane, so I'm just going to click it, and he's going to over-predict and go for the Flamethrower. He gets a crit, doesn't matter, and I'm just going to go for the Sky Strike and knock out his Ments. Now this is big because that frees up my Landorus a lot. It frees up my Hydreigon as well, so that's just cool overall. He's going to go to the Banette. Now I know I can't one-shot this thing unless I crit him, so I'm in no danger right here of him Destiny Bonding me right off the bat. Though I know he's gonna have Destiny Bond. This is if we're being real, Destiny Bond is the only good move on Bayonet. I'm not gonna switch into Hydreigon right here because I do not want my Sash broken. I need that thing intact. Yeah. Also, another big reason that I didn't sack the Whimsicott then is because I needed to keep that Defog in the back in case he got rocks up with his Donphan or his Nape, because Moltres and Hydreigon are vitally important. So anyways, I'm going to click Fire Blast here, as he's going to click Dazzling Gleam, and it does 11. That damage shows me he's got some special defense. Now here, it screams, I'm going to click Destiny Bond, so I'm just going to go into my Toad, but he just Dazzling Gleams again, which I'm assuming he just made the read that I wouldn't predict him, and here I'm just going to click Rocks, and he's going to knock me off. I suppose I could have gone for the EQ and it might have killed, but I didn't run the Calx, I didn't think it would. Now here, I know the Destiny Bond's coming, I'm no fool, so I'm just going to click Roost. He's going to debond, and I'm going to Roost up, and because I have agility, I can stall him out, and I've seen Knockoff and Dazzling Gleam as his attacks. He doesn't have Toxic, so basically, we're just going to kind of be in here for the long haul. I'm going to speed this up. Basically, my goal is to either stall him out of Destiny Bonds or just catch him on a turn where I'm confident he will not click Destiny Bond. He shows Will-O-Wisp as his last move, so now I know that this thing cannot touch me at all. So the patient player in me would have stalled out every single one of his D-Bonds. Obviously, I had many opportunities to where, had I gone for that one and knocked him out while I was at full, then I would have just won with my Moltres right there, based on the sets that he has. But I'm just playing it very safe because Moltres is super important, and I'm just I don't want this Banette to outsmart, or him to outsmart me with Banette, because I don't want Banette to do anything because it's bad. It killed its Seismitoad, but it was at 20% or whatever. So yeah, basically, if I'm able to come out of this at high health, then I sweep his team with Moltres, which is pretty sick. He debonds again. I think around this point, he's at 3. We're getting close to the end of this. I think I'm going to Roost. Oh no, I Fire Blast right here. Okay, so yeah, this is when I decided to Fire Blast. It's just I'm at low health, he's going to anticipate me to Roost, so that's when I Fire Blast. I suppose if I missed, he could have killed me, but here he brings in the Donphan. Now I'm just going to click Fire Blast since him clicking EQ seems pretty obvious right here to me, but he just Ice Shards, and it's not a 2-hit KO, and that's going to do a lot, which is cool. Now I'm going to miss a Fire Blast as he clicks EQ. I guess right here, had I clicked Roost predicting his Ice Shard, then that would have been cool, but I'm just going to go for the Fire Blast again as he hits Ice Shard, and I'm going to miss a second time, so that's the third miss on Moltres, which is very annoying. At this point, the miss didn't matter that much, since he does show to have Mach Punch and Fernape later, but I could have preserved my Moltres or something, and it's just kind of aggravating that I missed 3 moves with my Moltres. Nice voice crack right there. But I'm going to go into my Whimsicott. I live it, and I didn't run the calc, so I was just alright, Whimsicott, you are living this thing. And now here's where I go for that move. Now, if I miss this and he knocks me out, then that's still fine since I have my Landorus, which can just one-shot this thing, unless he is Shooka-berry, in which case, if he's Shooka, then my Reuniclus takes 1. And at this point, unless he really hacks me or something, or I played really stupid, I had the game on lock. So I'm just going to go for Stun Spore. It's my best play, as I figured he'd try and set up. I got the full para right away, which is pretty sick. Now I'm going to Moonblast. It does 20, showing me he's offensive, as he reiterates the fact that he's offensive and he goes for the shift gear. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to be Z, so all I need to do is hit him with Moonblast once more, and then he's in range of Fire Blast, so I don't need to make any other play. Even if he gets to max speed and he's able to outspeed stuff with the para, I don't, this is just my play. Also, I can fish for Moonblast drops and stuff, and Moonblast is doing solid damage. 20% is not bad, or 18 or whatever. So I get the drop as he gets parried. I'm going to do it again. As he's going to, I get another drop as he goes for shift gear. Now really what I should have done here, since he was at -2, I should have just gone Reuniclus, because from this point I could have set up a Calm Mind, gotten to a point where I was at full health, and then I would have just won 4-0, but I didn't make that play. I should have not, I should have just went Reuni, but I did not. So that's going to cost me a few differential, as he's going to now knock me out. I was also very hoping that he would get that one last para, so I could say that I 1v1'd a Magearna with a 1% Whimsicott. I almost did it. I took 89% off with a 1% Whimsicott, so I'm pretty proud of that. But here I go into Hydreigon. I can just click Dark Pulse since I knock him out. Considered flexing with the Charge Beam here, but it can miss, and I don't want to be stupid here. Yeah. So now he's got the Infernape. Ooh, I'm just going to sack my Hydreigon, not let it set up, just click Draco. He goes for the Mach Punch, kills me, and now I just get my win by going into Reuniclus and clicking Psyshock. Now I could have gone into Nape, or Lando, but it's HP Ice, come on. So we're going to pick it up 4-0, or 2-0. I could have picked it up 4-0, probably should have, but I did not. But we win, we knock out the last remaining undefeated team, so we're on a 4-game winning streak, we're 4-2, we're in second place right now, which is really awesome. It's possible if, well, I'll talk. Next week we're taking on Jay, which is our rematch. Earlier in the season he 5-0'd us. I'm calling that my rusty stage in those first 2 games when I just played really badly, and I prepped suboptimally and stuff. Those were my first 2 games in a few months, but I think I'm going to beat Jay this time, if we're keeping it a buck, and I need to beat Jay, because if I beat Jay, then I will not only be ahead of him by a full game, but I'll have that head-to-head, and just how divisions and stuff working out. Beating him head-on is really good, because that gives me a really big advantage against him, so especially if I can win big, or something like that. But anyways, yeah, we're playing Jay next week, and then I think after that we play Illusion, and then we play Deeb's replacement. So we're going to do all of our rematches, which is kind of cool. My goal is to go 3-0 in those, continue this winning streak we're on, but small goal is to win next week. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to go check out Sebby. He's a cool guy. Nice French-Canadian dude or something like that. And yeah, we are 4-2 with a +7, just so you know, which puts us in second place. So we're kind of getting on the heels of Illusion right now, and a big win next week, or 2 wins could really put us in a fantastic spot. Could potentially even put us, could potentially even put us in first place. So that's exciting. Hope you're all getting excited. This should definitely be a really thrilling part of the season. So we're going to play some of the NPL's best coaches, and hopefully get some redemption for myself. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I don't care that much, but hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.